Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Sew Easy tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do windowing fusible applique. When we're doing applique, we have a lot of choices on how to put our shapes onto a background. You can see here on the pillow in front of me that it's a tree shape, that they are stitched in place. This is a raw edge type applique. You can see behind me also some more done in wool. There are many ways to apply that. You can just pin them in place and try to stitch over the edge. The problem is you have shifting. So what we a lot of times want to do is go to a fusible type applique. And there are different types of fusible products out there. Some have paper on one side, some have paper on two sides. Follow the instructions that come with your product. I'm using a Steam a Seam product here that has paper on both sides. And what I'm going to be doing then is I copied the pattern from the design that I want from my pattern, so I could work with it here and wouldn't mark on my original design. Sometimes some patterns will need to be reversed depending on if it's a directional type shape. A heart is mirror image already, so we don't have to worry about reversing it, but do double check your pattern to see if any of the images there need to be reversed in order for you to get the finished product that you're looking for. What we do with this then is simply trace the design onto the paper side of the product so that we have a line to follow for our cutting. And here I'm using a permanent marker. There are times when we want to use a mechanical pencil, but pencil lead can be transferred to our fabric because it has a kind of a particle type graphite. So a permanent marking pen will give us a nice line that won't smudge. So once we've transferred that, take the design away. And what we're going to be doing next is just to cut around this shape, kind of what we call bubble cutting. I'm just going to cut it approximately a 1/4 inch or so, doesn't have to be exact, outside of the line that I traced. Now, my tracing doesn't have to be perfect. What I will want at the very end is that my cutting of that shape to be nice and clean. That's my last chance to make the design nice and smooth, as you see the heart that's appliqued here. Now the next part, you can use this entire thing, but the idea of windowing creates a softer finished product. You won't have as much glue behind your applique, and it has a more supple, soft feel. So what we're going to be doing then is go in, snip into that interior part of your shape, and we're going to trim away all but about a 1/4 inch or so of the fusible on the interior of your shape. It doesn't have to be a real fancy cut at this point. We're just taking away that interior section, so we won't have all of the glue on the inside of our applique. What we really need is just to get that outer edge in place. So then what we can do is take away on this product, since it has 2 paper sides, the one can be peeled away, and the back is tacky so that I can place it on the fabric that I want to cut my applique out of. So I can gently lay that in place and take it to the iron and follow your instructions for the heat setting and the amount of time that needs to be adhered properly to the back of your fabrics. Then this is the time when it's more critical that you make a more smooth cut. So as we follow the traced line here, I can clean up any places where my tracing may not have been perfectly smooth. Sometimes tracing shapes and curves can be a bit of a challenge to get them nice and clean, and this is your chance to make your heart or any of your applique shapes perfectly smooth. This. I'm going to lay it on here before I adhere it, and you can see then I've cleaned up that outer edge to make a nice clean cut. So what we're going to do then is on the back, you can remove this paper. You've created an iron-on effect so that all you're going to be adhering is the very outer edge of the applique. It's tacky to the touch, so you can be placed. Nice part about steam seam is it can be taken back up and repositioned if it's not where you want it. You can get it in the spot you want, just pat it in place, take it to the iron, and set the applique. Your shapes then on your project are ready to be taken either to the machine to have the outer edge finished that way or by hand. So thanks for joining me today. For more of our Sew Easy tutorials, please visit our website.